So today I'm joined with Dan Grant from Backlink Doctor, and today's video is about what steps need to be taken after a disavow file has been submitted to Google Search Console.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you should be removing toxic and problematic links that are pointing through to your website. But after you've had the disavow file created and you've found the most toxic links coming through to your site, and you've got this disavow file and you've uploaded it to Google Search Console, what are the main two steps after this has been submitted that need to be done?
Yes, this is something that's obviously often overlooked by people who carry out disavows. Even for ourselves, several years ago when we used to do disavows, we didn't look at these steps, and since we started doing them for clients and for ourselves, we noticed huge differences in the actual effect of the disavow itself, really, in terms of what it's supposed to be doing for your site, and getting rid of those negative, possibly harmful links that might have put you in partial or full penalties in the past. So obviously that disavow itself is the main bulk of the work, but after that disavow is done, there's a couple of steps that are really, really important to do. The first of which is actually having a look at indexing those links from the disavow file. It sounds like a strange thing to do, obviously, because you just got rid of all those links from your profile, so you may be thinking, why do I want them indexed? But having that new ping and having that indexation for that URL, what it does is it shows Google, okay, we've actually had to now have a look at the disavow file. We've realized that, we're removing all value from that link from your backlink profile, and it essentially just gives it a fresh way to say, okay, these links aren't part of your profile anymore. Without that, like you've mentioned before, you can actually have it that it takes 6 months to up to years actually before Google's actually able to see that URL. So it's really, really important that you do that for your sites. Obviously, it means that your disavow file will be the most effective it can be, and all those potentially negative and harmful links that you've actually had to your profile will kind of be removed, and kind of a clean slate will be written then with Google,
I think what's quite important on this is some people call it a disavow boost, and basically what this is, it's not just about indexing the links. The links might already be indexing, but what this does is it sends a ping to Google for Google bot to come and return back to this web page where this toxic link is pointing through to your website that you've disavowed. So like Dan touched upon, certain links might not get recrawled for 6 months, 12 months, even 18 months before Google comes back to recrawl it. So if you went and submitted a disavow file, it could be up to 18 months before Google actually sees that these links have been taken out of the profile. And getting this ping and Google bot coming back to that link, and then as it's coming through to the site, they're seeing the disavow file, oh, these need ignoring, it just quickly accelerates how fast a disavow can work for your site. Now, when you end up having this being done to your site, literally we've seen increases within a few weeks. In under a month, we've seen increases back and sites to resurge back in rankings and traffic, where sometimes when we've had, don't get me wrong, sometimes without doing this, we've seen a jump, but sometimes we've seen it take 6 months, 8 months before the actual disavow, these links start to get recrawled. So it's something that's really, really important to get Googlebot to come back to these problematic links as soon as possible. If you don't know how to do it, there'll be a link in the YouTube description. If you've got an email with this and you've had a disavow file submitted via Backlink Doctor, check the email. The link will be in there with exactly the next steps of how you need to get Googlebot to come and crawl these links as soon as possible. But then what's the next part then with regards to, obviously after you've removed a lot of links from a backlink profile, you obviously need to try to replace those links. So what's the next step of trying to replace these toxic and problematic links that you've removed from your backlink profile?
Yeah, so obviously, we've been guilty of this in the past as well, and we understand as well when clients feel this way. But sometimes when you've got a disavow done and you've got those negative links removed, there can be a hesitancy, I think, for people to then build new links because they're a bit scared of, what if these links are toxic again? Will I have to repeat the same process? It's not at all the case, as we know. The best thing to do and the best way to do this is to ensure that the new links you build aren't toxic. They have that low toxicity, they're very trustworthy, there's relevancy for your niche and your website. The URLs that you're buying these links from aren't part of like a link farm or a link package. To the naked eye, there's no sort of kind of themes or anything that look like they may be PBNs. It's ticking all these boxes to ensure that Google is looking at these links that you're buying, the Rejuvenation links, as positive links. links that won't need to be put into a disavow in the future. They're essentially safe links that even if, some of them may not have all of the power, what they do is they create that buffer for your website to say, look, your link profile is safe, Google is seeing you in a positive light instead of a negative one, and there's almost no chance then you can get put into that partial or full penalty you may have been in from your previous links. So it's just about judging the quality of the links really and getting that done by the right person who knows obviously how to vet those links. Here at Backlink Doctor, we do actually have a look at that, obviously, and it's a service that we can offer people when we can offer these rejuvenation package links. Again, they're very safe. These are parameters that people aren't often doing when it comes to link building. Most of the times, link building agencies out there will say, we'll build you the most powerful links, and you do a bit of analysis, and it's very quick to see that, they're quite spammy. We don't build spammy links. We don't build high toxicity links. We make sure that all of those filters are in place prior to building the links, so that obviously they get the best kind of links possible for rejuvenation.
I think what's very important about this is that once Backlink Doctors ran your website and understood your toxicity threshold, also the link simulation for any new links that comes along is ran against their specific website.
Yeah.
Where another link building agency will just build high DR links, try to get relevance and traffic, but not really look at trust and toxicity. Yeah. Where the trust and toxicity is the most important part after you've done a disavow. It is the most important part. Yeah. You need to be replacing some of the links that you've had disavowed. You've removed a lot of links out your backlink profile, and you've got that kind of link loss that's been coming, that some of them might have had some power. So you need to replenish those and rejuvenate your backlink profile in getting high trust and low toxic links. They're normally naked URLs or branded anchors that go to the homepage or like going to some inner pages and stuff like that. But the branded anchors and the naked URLs that are coming back to your site are high trust, low toxicity. It's like if you've just had a heart attack, you're not just going to go and have a double cheeseburger straight after a heart attack. You're going to try and eat healthy. You're going to try to have healthy salads and stuff like that. The first few months after a disavow, getting the link rejuvenation packs are very important. So make sure you get in touch if you've had a disavow and you've submitted it about these link rejuvenation packs. They're very important to make certain that you're replenishing your links that you've had removed with low toxic, high trust links moving forward.